Hey folks, SoloGamer here. We're back with our third season playthrough of Talisman. And already, in the first round, the Dark Cultist got whacked. She had a bit of misfortune. And she got killed by that vampire prince who looks like that guy from Nosferatu. So, we're down to 2 characters. Last man standing gets to advance to the second round, the semi-final round of the Tournament of Talisman Champions there. Almost kind of like a battle of network stars. Well, anyways, let's get going again. That happened last playthrough too, I think. One of the characters got whacked the first round. Oh well. So take your bets. See who's going to be playing. Alright, so the cleric, 1, 2, 3, 4. Draws a card here. And this is a Book of Wizardry. You may discard the book during your turn to gain your full complement of spells according to your craft. Okay, well that's 3 objects. She's at her limit here. Alright, Conjurer, 1, 2, 3, 4. She goes to the graveyard. She loses 1 life, but she will lose it from this self-portrait thing. Cleric, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She goes to the plains. Jester, you must take the Jester as your follower. Your attack rolls are reduced by 1. You may discard the Jester if you visit the castle or tavern. If you want to attack against another character, you may force him to take the Jester instead of your normal reward. Well, that's pretty awful. That's a crappy freaking card there. So we'll do the Conjurer, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And she's at the Craigs, and she's got to roll a die. She rolls a 5, and she is safe. Cleric's turn, 1. She's at the woods. No good character may have the homunculus. Okay, well that's a follower, and so it's going to stay here. Conjurer, 1, 2. Now they're not going to fight each other, but nothing's going to happen there. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She goes to the woods. Red Riding Hood. After you have completed your move, you must move the closest enemy in your region or space. If 2 or more enemies are equal distance away, you choose which enemy is moved. So she got another crappy ass follower. Look at that! Look at that! She got 2 guns in her hand. That's pretty funny. So after you completed, that starts next turn. So, and we got this. If she ever gets close to him, she's gonna have to fight him. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Draw 1 card. Harvest Horde. Now, I see this is from the Blood Moon. I love these. Look at that little thing. That's cool. Many of the pumpkin cans claim this area. Well, that's 1 craft, so that shouldn't be too hard. Well, you'd think that wouldn't be too hard. But, okay, so she lost to it, and another self-portrait off of there. And it's the cleric's turn, and it moves 1. And just draw 1 card. After you completed your move, you must... Okay. Alright, Sky Screecher. Okay, so she's going to have to fight twice. Well, actually, that's not going to work. This thing has to come over here. So she has to fight that. 6... and 3 is 9. Alright, so she beat this thing. She beat this saber-tooth tiger. And then she's going to discard this thing right here to gain her full complement of spells, which would be 2. And she gets, well, she already has 1, I'm sorry. She has a speed spell. Even though the Jester reduced our attack by 1, we still beat it. Alright, so it's her turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she goes to the tavern. And she rolls a 3. And she loses 1 gold. Alright, it's the cleric's turn. 1, 2. And this thing has to come over here and it has a craft of 4. And our cleric has a decent craft here. And look at that. Now it says right here, if the Wraithbone's attack roll is lower than his craft, roll 1 die and add the result. So that's 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 is 7. So she lost. She lost to that, so she's gonna look. But she has his armor. She rolled a 4. Okay, and she lost another life. Eesh. She don't have any fate, so it's the Conjurer's turn. She moves 3. 1, 2, 3, and she goes to the plains. And this is the Disguise Creature, and it has a strength of 2. And it has a thing on there though, is if your attack roll is lower than your craft, you are automatically defeated. And it is lower than craft, which is weird. If your attack roll is lower than your craft. Alright, she lost that, so she loses another health. And that self-portrait is gone. Alright, Cleric. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she's at the village. And instead of drawing an adventure card, alright, so the Disguise Creature is coming here. Alright, and she would have beat it, but her was lower than her craft again. So let's see if she can. Nope, so she loses another life point. Boy, that Red Riding Hood card's really screwing her up. Yeah, too bad there's not a way to get rid of it. Alright, the Conjurer, 1, 2, 3, she's at the village. And she's got to fight that damn thing. Alright, it is not lower than our craft, so we beat that thing. So we have 3 strength, and now it's the Cleric's turn. 5. And guess who's coming? Because that stupid Red Riding Hood, and the Cleric is dead. So the Cleric lost all this stuff, so we can get rid of this. Hey. Alright, so our only character that we have alive now is the Conjurer. And basically, since there's really no reason to, she's already won. Last man standing. But what we're going to do just for kicks and giggles, we're going to move around the board and let her go into the dungeon and see just how long she would have lasted if she gone to the dungeon. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fights his rhyme strong here. Craft of 1. She should beat it. She does. Alright. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw 1 card. This thing has a lesser demon and has a craft of 7. Eesh. Okay. Alright, so she beat that. So she's going to trade in that for another craft point. 2. 1, 2. This thing, Crawling Hand. Well, it has a strength of 1. She only has a strength 2. And she loses against it. So she loses a, well, let's see, 2 and 3. 2, 3 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. 1 plus 5 is 6. So she did kill it. Well, I'll be damned. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Direwolf. Strength 2. She beats that. 4, 5, 6. One more and she can get it a strength trophy. 1. Draw 1 card. Ghostwood Wand. Whenever a spirit is placed in this card pile, you may gain 1 spell if your craft allows. Okay. 2. 1, 2. Wrathborn Witch. Ooh. 6 plus 4 is 10. 3 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 9. But she gets 1 to craft, which is 10. So it's going to be a standoff. Okay. 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going into the corridor here. Draw 1 card. It is the dungeon, boys. Let's see how far she could have gone. Alright. Wow. Tomb Warden. A Tomb Warden is guarding the resting place of his lord. If you kill it, gain a talisman. Woo! Or 3 gold, but you must discard it instead of taking it as a trophy. It has a craft of 7. And we rolled. Now, we're tie. But she beats it because she has a craft of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, shoot. 1, 2, 3, 6 plus 1 is 7. So it's another standoff. And that's something. Alright. 1. She goes to the tunnels. Goblin Tunneler. A Goblin Tunneler is digging passages in the area. If you kill the Goblin Tunneler next turn, you may choose to move any tunnel space in the dungeon instead of taking your normal move. It has a strength of 4. Okay, well, it did 1 better than her. So, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, it's a standoff. So, she's barely making it through here. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bribe the guard. Either pay 2 gold or you attack by a guard with a strength of 5. Well, we don't have 2 gold, so she got to fight this thing. And it beats us, so she loses 1 life. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tunnel. Draw 1 card. Giant rat. Alright, now this thing has a strength of 3. She should beat this. And she does. So she beats this giant rat. And she's going to trade in some strength points here. 5, 6, 7. And gain 1 strength point. So her strength is not 3. So every little bit helps, I guess. And she rolls a 2. 1, 2. Hall of Darkness. Enter the darkness. On your next turn, instead of moving normally, roll 1 die. Alright. She rolls a 6. Move forward 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. She goes to the kitchen. You may roll 1 die to eat. Well, she's at her full life. So she don't need to heal. So let us roll again. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Corridor. Draw 1 card. Dungeon Keeper. The Dungeon Keeper captures all of your followers. Place them on the card. You may purchase any followers on this card for 1 gold each. The Dungeon Keeper moves on to the discard pile when there are no followers on this card. Okay, so she's going to pay 1 gold. She has that horse and cart. And get rid of this guy. And keep her follower. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Summoning Circle. Move the closest enemy in the dungeon to this space. That would be the Goblin Tunneler. Alright. So she's going to fight the Goblin Tunneler again. 4 plus 6 is 10. 5 plus 3 is 8. Plus 2 is 10. And so she beats it. So she gets it as a trophy. And 3 and 1, 2. And now she is at the treasure chamber. And she is fighting the dungeon lord. The Lord of Darkness. Lord of Darkness has a strength of 12 and craft 12. If you win, gain 1 treasure card. Whether you win or not, subtract the Lord of Darkness attack score from your attack and see where you emerge. Okay, so she's going to fight with the craft because she's better at craft. She'll probably lose, but you know, who cares? And it was a tie, and yes, she lost. And she would have gone on to whether you win or subtract the Lord of Darkness attack score from your attack score to see where you emerge. Okay, so it had 12 plus 5 is 17. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 11, 12. So it had been 5 So she would have gone to the temple. That's not too bad. And then she could pray. She would have got an 8. And she would have gained 1 spell, which would have been the Hydra spell. Okay, well, that was the dungeon board. Well, this is a quick playthrough of Talisman. Mainly because our cleric and our dark cultist got their butt whipped so good. And let's see what the alternate ending was. The alternate ending was Crown and Scepter. It was, if a character is on the Crown of Command and no other characters are present, he must cast 1 command spell at the start of each character's turn. However, he does not need to roll a die to cast a command spell. It automatically cedes and all the other characters lose 1 life. Okay. If a character is on the Crown of Command and there is another character present, at the beginning of his turn he must attack the other character instead of casting the command spell. However, he may choose to fight in battle or psychic combat. He may not choose when he is attacked by another character. Once a character reaches the Crown of Command, characters cannot heal or gain life for the rest of the game. If all other characters are killed, the character on the Crown wins the game. So basically all she would have had done was get there to win the game. Crown and Scepter. Okay. Yeah, like I said, that was pretty short. We really didn't get to do the dungeon board except for me taking her through to show you what it's like. Like I said, it's harder than the normal board. Too bad our other characters got killed and we couldn't all go through it. But she was the last one standing, so she gets to move on to the next round. So next time we play Talisman, we'll get 3 new characters, and we will play with another expansion and a new alternate ending to see who moves on to the next round. So until then, see ya.